Hi, what up, YouTube? This is No Cap, No Filter. I'm your host, Marley G, back at you on another episode of Running With You. And today we got to run about this clip I came across with this guy by the name of Unk. And apparently he's, a real popular guy that works out in a gym. And I guess he be having celebrities and, public figures come and pulling up on him and, come and get some game and working out. I'm not too familiar with him, but, he didn't give Kai Cenat his flowers. Kai Cenat did a stream with him and he gave him some flowers. I haven't seen this whole clip. I only seen the beginning of it, but I think he's dropping some gems up in here. Let's go ahead on and get into it without further ado.
Went on break for like 9 months.
Wow.
Just because I was going through I had worked super hard last year, and I just wanted to take a break some time myself and try to like just capture life in like in a way that I've never caught it before. And the two major goals I had going into this year, while I was on my break, was development and discipline. And while I was on my break, I had a goal to come here. Like I wanted to come here. So like I was in the gym. I have like 200 videos of me in the gym, private videos on my private account that I still haven't uploaded, but it's me in the gym working out. So I can just prove to myself that I can come here. Like I wasn't on no basketball team. I wasn't in no team. I wasn't the most athletic. I'm not the most athletic in my friend group. None of that. So like I wanted to prove to myself that I could come in an environment like this and get it done. But then also I also have a major goal this year that I want to do, which is I want to run a marathon.
You can do it.
Like
You can do it.
the end of the year. New York City.
You're the first, and I want to say, being honest, right? I'm not saying this because you did. You probably the one of the first streamers. I don't know if it comes with your success. I don't know if it comes with the relationship with your mom. You're the first young gentleman that I met that said they took time off for the mental part of this shit.
Mhm.
The mental wear and tear. It's almost like having a car constantly on the road. You ain't changing the tires. You ain't doing no oil change. All you do is get a car wash because it look good every day. You on the highway, but that car is breaking down inside. So for you to say that, that shows maturity.
Yeah, man. When it comes to Kai Cenat, man, he did a lot of immature stuff coming up in the game, but he's growing into a very, positive role model, in my opinion. A pretty decent young man. Same with Speed. You got to give a lot of these young guys grace because they're literally growing up on camera right in front of our eyes. So they're going to have their, immature times. They're going to have their times where they're making bad decisions. They're going to have their times where they spazzing out, crashing out. They're going to have their times when they're upset. Their ups, their downs. They're really broadcasting all this, to the world. It's almost like the Truman Show, but you got to give these guys grace because just imagine if you had a camera on you following you around throughout your life in your teenage years or your late teens in your early 20s. Think about all the mistakes you made. Think about all the stuff that you're not proud of. But these guys are showcasing it. And to see how far Kai and I have came, a lot of people were getting on him saying he's being performative. A lot of people say that he you know, takes a lot of money from his subscribers, but he also puts a lot of money back and invest into, you know, the business. That's why you could see all these big events that he's throwing, but I do believe that, as far as role models go when it comes to streamers, I do think we need a lot of more positive, outlooks and people that give back and help out others. And Kai Cenat is the definition of that. And one thing I did liked about Kai Cenat when he took his break, yes, a lot of people made it about the girl with the situation that he, had with again, his first breakup, his first heartbreak probably. So that's tough. That's tough on anyone. I remember mine. It was rough. But he got in the gym. You see, he got bigger. He got fit. He damn near got the same body type as Kevin Hart. Um, so that's inspirational for a lot of men. Go get in the gym. Go exercise. Turn that pain into a passion. He said he wanted to be. I heard him say he wanted to be disciplined and develop. So he developed other skills. He started learning how to sew. He started working on a different business venture, the Viva stuff, whether it go platinum or not, at least he tried. And on top of that, he uh he he started reading more. He picked up a book. So he got better with articulate himself. He probably expanded his vocabulary. Like I love when young black men do all that type of stuff and be a positive influence on the youth versus the just all the slop that we get from people like AB and Dean and all those guys. And like I say, I give Dean a pass because once again, he's still young. But AB, like I just don't like guys like that getting praise, just for just buffoonery.
That shows that you actually care about something other than this fucking camera. Yes, the camera brings money, but if you ain't around to spend that motherfucker, or you go crazy on a loony bin, what the fuck is it worth? So for you to say that, I think you're a bigger role model than what you are. These kids don't know that. All they know is camera, phone numbers, camera, phone numbers. There's some kids that can't put their fucking phone down. So for you to say that, and I'm asking you going forward, when you speak to these kids, tell them to take time out for themselves. See, the thing about it is financially you're able to do so, and I'm glad Allah bless you like that. But I'm glad you realize that you have to take that time off. So for you to be a streamer, to say you focusing on health, mental aptitude, and get your shit together, that's a different type of streamer. Just like with Hottie, they called him an influencer, pretty boy, young LA model. That motherfucker put this work. Yeah, his shit up. You got a nice physique. He'll take some pictures, but he'll come in this motherfucker ground like a dog with no home, right? So he's one of one. And now I'm finding out that your son is one of one because these kids get the money, they get the fame, they get addicted to it. So for him to take time out, he's probably the first person to do it. And when he did it, I said it to myself, he going through some shit mentally. It's chasing, right? So for him to do that and be a man to say I had to take some time off, that shows a lot of the man he's becoming and a child that you raised that became a man. So I respect you. And
Yeah, that's Kai Cenat mom's right there. I'm sure she very proud of him. Like, words can't even describe the level of, you know, I mean, it's just crazy how he just had this dream and it just turned out to just become what it became. Like, very inspirational. Um, he also has some more that he had to say. Let's see.
after his funeral, a homeless person that died of hunger, after his funeral, there's going to be food at his repast. When he dies, everybody going to be celebrating him, eating at his repast, but he died of hunger. Nobody gives a fuck about you when you're down, kid. Think about that. Think about somebody that you might know, right? That's starving and dies. When they have a repast at candlelight, the homies gonna be pouring out the alcohol. Everybody, yo, meet me after this. We going to the house to eat and celebrate. Y'all eating and celebrate, but he died of fucking hunger. Because the moral of the fucking story is, people will bring flowers to your funeral, but won't bring you soup while you sick. Nobody gives a fuck. A homeless person that
Yeah, man. That was some deep stuff right there. People will bring you flowers to your funeral, but won't give you soup while you're sick. People will be there and give you your flowers once you dead and gone. Meanwhile, you needed food at the time, but while you were sick, you couldn't even get no soup. And people is basically just a metaphor for people will be there for you, while you at the peak. But once you start going down, nobody ain't around, and you'll see your circle getting smaller and smaller and smaller, and everybody get their flowers when it's too late, basically. Um, so Kai Cenat, I think that he kind of experienced a little bit of this. Like he dealt with the love, he dealt with the hate, and I think that him taking that time out to focus on his mental health, him, just not being on the phone, not being on social media, going travel, going get an abundance of different experiences, and just getting out his element. Like I think a lot of people need to do that. I think a lot of people should travel. Not even much just a sense of getting a passport and going abroad to different countries, but just get out your element sometimes and go experience a different, you know, perspective, different way of life, different culture. Go to another different side of town. It's always good. It's cool if you got a structured life, a disciplined life, but it's also good to go, expound on that and go experience more, because you never know what you can find that can also develop a new habit, a new hobby, a new skill. Or you can meet different people that can, unlock stuff in you that you didn't know was deep down inside in you. So I think that Kai Cenat through his journey, I definitely think he learned himself more. I definitely think that he's a kid that grew up in this digital and social media era, and he realized the good of it, but he also realized some parts of it could be detrimental. And I think when he just went on his hiatus, he found a different level of self-worth. He found a different level of self-development, you know. And I think a lot of men, when it comes to being on a journey, you need these experiences, and it's also good to pass down to the next generation. And like I say, he's a good role model for the youth. And the same way Unc is giving him this game, Kai Cenat be able to give game to the next generation under him. So the same way we see Kai Cenat on his arc, hopefully maybe in the next 5 years, probably be 10 with his ass because he's just very immature. But hopefully Rakai could be in that same path. Because, there's only so much you could just keep on continue to act a certain way. But like I say, man, these kids are young. You got to give them grace. But I don't know what y'all think down in the comment section below, man. How do y'all feel about Kai Cenat, coming back, taking over with the streaming stuff? He did the streaming university. I think stuff could be different when it comes to that, but nonetheless, it was a success. And on top of that, he got a stream tonight, I believe, or in 2 days, maybe with what his name is, Speed. They're gonna do like a Minecraft stream event. So yeah, man, he's getting back into it. And I like the way that he's doing a streaming thing, taking a break, doing a streaming thing. It's just not a everyday thing. Like to me, that could really take a toll on you. It's a reason why Duke Dennis will see a lot of people coming in and streaming, then he just log off. Like I think that can take a toll on you mentally. And as you can see, you don't ever see Duke Dennis just crashing out and, just making all these crazy rants. One, he's more mature than a lot of these other streamers. He's more older. And on top of that, he don't really just care or feed into the views like that, you know. But I don't know what y'all think about the video. Comment in the comment section below. Some good game Uncle's giving to Kai. And I think Kai is definitely walking in the path of being a, just an even better role model than, ever. Let me know down in the comment section what you think about the video. If you like the video, hit the like button. If you're not subscribed yet, what you're waiting on. Until next time, I'm out.